Thomas Edison was a young boy. He was curious about the world. He liked to ask questions. He liked to look at things carefully. He wanted to understand everything. Thomas lived in a small town. His family was kind. They helped him learn. Thomas liked to work with his hands. He liked to make small machines. He liked to build things. Sometimes his machines did not work. Sometimes they broke. But Thomas did not give up. He thought, I can try again. I can learn from my mistakes. One day, Thomas had a big idea. He wanted to make a light bulb. He wanted to make a bulb that could give light for a long time. He wanted people to have light in their homes. But it was very hard. No one had made a good light bulb before. Many people tried and failed. Thomas was patient. He worked slowly and carefully. He tried many materials. He tried many wires. He tried many ways to make the bulb work. He wrote notes. He watched carefully. He learned from each mistake. He thought, slow and steady wins a race. I must try again and again. One morning, Thomas went to his small workshop. He looked at his materials. He had wires, glass bulbs, filaments, and small tools. He wanted to make a filament that could burn for a long time. He tried one filament. It burned quickly. It was too short. He tried another filament. It burned too fast. He tried another one. It burned too slow. Little Thomas thought for a moment. He remembered what his teacher said. Thomas, mistakes are learning. Learn from mistakes. Try again and again. Thomas smiled. He said, yes, I will try again. I will not give up. Slow and steady wins a race. Day by day, Thomas worked. He worked in the morning. He worked in the afternoon. He worked in the evening. He tried new ideas. He watched his machines. He learned from his mistakes. Sometimes he felt tired. Sometimes he felt sad. Sometimes he felt like stopping. But he remembered his words. Slow and steady wins a race. One day, Thomas made a small bulb. He tested it. The light went on. It was small, but it worked. He smiled. He said, I am getting closer. I am learning. Slow and steady wins a race. Thomas tried another bulb. It burned brighter. It burned longer. He was happy. He thought, I will keep trying. I will make the best bulb. Weeks passed. Thomas tried hundreds of filaments. He tried hundreds of bulbs. He failed many times. But he did not give up. He said, I learn from mistakes. I try again. Slow and steady wins a race. His friend said, Thomas, why do you try so much? You fail many times. Why do you not stop? Thomas smiled. He said, every mistake teaches me something. Every mistake brings me closer. I must be patient. I must work slowly and carefully. Slow and steady wins a race. Thomas's mother watched him. She said, Thomas, you are very patient. You never give up. You are learning. You'll succeed one day. One evening, Thomas worked late in his small workshop. He tried a new filament. He put it in the bulb. He connected the wires. He switched on the electricity. The bulb glowed. It was bright. It stayed bright for hours. Thomas was happy. He jumped and laughed. He said, I did it. I did it. Slow and steady wins a race. Thomas shared his discovery with his friends. They were amazed. They said, Thomas, you are clever. You worked so hard. You never gave up. You made a light bulb. Thomas said, yes, I worked slowly and carefully. I learned from mistakes. I tried again and again. Slow and steady wins a race. After that, Thomas continued to work. He made more bulbs. He made better bulbs. He made lights for homes, schools, and streets. People were happy. People could see at night. People could read at night. People could work at night. Little Thomas became a great inventor. He made many machines. He made many tools. He made life easier for many people. He always remembered his lesson. Slow and steady wins a race. One day, a young boy asked Thomas, Sir, How do you make so many inventions? How do you succeed? Thomas smiled. He said, I try slowly. I work carefully. I learn from mistakes. I never give up. I try again and again. Slow and steady wins a race. The boy said, It is hard. I fail many times. I feel sad. Thomas said, Yes, failure is part of learning. Failure teaches you. Never stop trying. Never give up. Be patient. Work slowly. Learn from mistakes. Slow and steady wins a race. Thomas's story became famous. People all over the world heard about him. They learned his lesson. They learned to be patient. They learned to be persistent. They learned to work slowly and carefully. They learned that slow and steady wins a race. Even when Thomas became very famous, he never forgot his first lesson. He remembered the small bulbs. He remembered the hundreds of failures. He remembered the hours in his small workshop. He remembered the words, slow and steady wins a race. Thomas Edison's life teaches an important lesson. Success does not come quickly. Success comes slowly. Success comes with patience. Success comes with learning from mistakes. Success comes when you never give up. Slow and steady wins the race. Many children read his story. Many children learned to be patient. Many children learned to work carefully. Many children learned to try again after mistakes. Thomas Edison's life became an example for everyone. Even today, people remember Thomas Edison. They remember his hard work. They remember his patience. They remember his bulbs that lit up the world. They remember his lesson. Slow, careful, persistent effort brings success. Little Thomas's journey was long. It was full of mistakes. It was full of trials. But he worked slowly. He worked carefully. He learned from every mistake. He never gave up. And in the end, he succeeded. Teachers tell this story to children. Parents tell this story to their sons and daughters. Everyone says, remember Thomas Edison. Remember his lesson. Slow and steady wins a race. Thomas Edison's story is simple. It is easy to understand. It is a story for children and adults. It teaches patience. It teaches persistence. It teaches careful work. It teaches learning from mistakes. And it teaches never giving up. Little Thomas believed in learning. He believed in trying again. He believed in slow and steady work. He believed that every mistake is a lesson, and he proved it. So, whenever you feel sad after failure, remember Thomas Edison. Remember his bulbs. Remember his workshop. Remember his patience. Remember his words. Slow and steady wins a race. Work carefully. Learn from mistakes. Try again. Never give up. Be patient. Be persistent. And one day, you will succeed. Just like Thomas Edison. Moral of the story: patience, persistence, and learning from mistakes lead to success. Slow and steady wins a race.